guys, welcome back to my channel. Ooh! I can't be loud. I'm back home. And I'm living with African parents, so I'm trying to take it down a couple of notches. But I miss you guys so much. First of all, how was y'all's Christmas? Get off the video. How was y'all's Christmas? Mine was lovely. I chilled. No, I'm lying. I cooked. My people had me in the kitchen whipping like it's stir fry, bro. So y'all see the scenery is different. I'm back home or whatever, and we are about to get into this story time about the time that I worked at Main Event and how much I hated working at Main Event. Now, boom, I want to get straight into it. Now, I really do not talk about working at Main Event because this is probably one of the worst jobs. No, not even probably. This is one of the worst jobs that I've ever worked at. And I was so angry by the end of it. Y'all would just understand. Okay, cool. Boom. This is going to be like probably my only story time of working at Main Event because I was so traumatized. I never want to even talk about this again after I tell this story. And I know a lot of y'all about to be like, girl, it's not that deep. It was so deep for me at that time. My little, how old was I? 19 or 18? My little 19-year-old self was so angry working at this job. Now, if you guys do not know, Main Event is like Dave and Buster's for people who do not know what Main Event is. Main Event is like Dave and Buster's. And I remember some, y'all know that girl Bozo, the one in my fake friend Storytime. She used to work at Main Event, and I knew other people that used to work at Main Event as well, and they used to be party hosts, and they used to tell me that like being a party host was good. They give you parties, and then the parents, they tip good, you know. So when she told me about that, I didn't really care about Main Event because I was still working at McDonald's. So I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, like, okay, cool. Like, but I always kept Main Event in the back of my head just in case I needed it. Now, when I got fired from my McDonald's job the second time around, I was looking for jobs left and right and could not find it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I remember when my friend told me that I should go, you know, try to apply to Main Event because, you know, Main Event, they hire everyone. And like, you know, it was a cool little job, like a cool little part-time job. So I was like, okay, boom, because I just needed some money. And y'all, I didn't really need money for nothing. I didn't need money for bills or nothing. I just needed chump change so I could, like, you know, buy makeup, you know, just buy little miscellaneous things or whatnot. So I applied to Main Event and they called me back. I'm going to say a week later. They called me back after my birthday. My birthday was a week before. They called me back a week after my birthday. And I had the interview and I got hired. I got hired on the spot. The girl said she liked me and she hired me. And I'm like, boom, period. You already know how I do. You know how I do my thing. You know how I do my thing. Like, you know how you just start going home? Y'all already know what y'all do when y'all go home when y'all get hired. Don't make it look like I'm the only one. I asked the lady, I'm like, oh, how much are we getting paid? She told me how much we're getting paid and stuff like that. And she told me like, oh, so they have what's that thing called? They basically have like the podium in the front when you first walk in. I think it's called the greeter. Okay, they have the greeter, and basically what you do is you basically greet the people that come in, and I think that was like $8.25 or $7.25, I don't remember. And then they have party hosts. Now party host is like working like a waitress or a waiter. So party hosts only get paid like $2, and then the greeters get paid like $8.25. And then sometimes they interchanges. Like some days you'll be working as a greeter, other days you'll be working as a party host. But she told me like, heads up, if they have me working as a greeter, I'm like greeting all day long, like from 8 in the morning to 9 p.m. at night. And I'm like, okay. And basically the greeter just basically tells you where your party is, you know. Basically, you know, some people come late to the parties, so you're basically supposed to look at the party, like you're supposed to say, hi, what's the name of the birthday girl, or what's the name of the birthday child? And they will say, oh, the name is Aiden. So you're supposed to look at Aiden, and every kid has a schedule of like where they're gonna be at a specific time. So you look for Aiden's name, you look at the time, then you tell the parent where it is. They had the bowling, they had laser tag, they had arcade, and then they had like a little area room where they just eat and order food. And you know, Main Event is very beautiful. It's very, very pretty. So I would tell the party host like, okay, yeah, the child is at this They had me working as a party host at first, and when I first got hired, I just Okay, first of all, okay, I think I was 18. I was 18. I wasn't 19. I was 18. And the people that I was working with were like, you could get hired at main event at 15 years old. They were like 15, 16. They were young. I was 18 going on 19. No. I was 19. I just turned 19. And the people who got hired were like 16, 17, 15. Like they were young. Like it wasn't a lot of people that was my age. And if they were my age, they were like the managers and they were like 21, 22. But like the party hosts, all the party hosts was like younger than me. I think it was only like one girl who was my age, and one guy who was like older than me. I think he was like 24, because they like to hire the young kids to be party hosts, because like, you know, they just, you know, they deal with the bullshit of getting paid only $2 a fucking hour. And guys, it is so much shit that you have to do as a party host. First of all, let me give y'all the rundown. When the kid comes, you basically have to get the shoe size of every child. Let's say that it's a party of 30. You have to get 30 shoe sizes. You have to write down on a piece of paper what the child's name is. And mind you, some parents, they just come into the thing and they just drop their kid off and then they dip. They just dip. So like, I'm asking the child, like you're asking the child, what's your name, baby? And some of these kids are kids, so they don't know their names and stuff like that. And they're saying, Superman. Bitch, I know I'm at a kid's event, but you ain't Superman. You ain't Superman. What's your name? And like in the beginning, it's like, what's your name? But like after a while, it's annoying because everything is on a time crunch, and you have this one here saying Superman, and you trying to hurry up and get all the shoes and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, if it was like a party of 30, they would give you 2 hosts. But 2 hosts is not enough to contain 30 fucking kids, y'all. Imagine 30 kids, 2 people working, kids running all over the place, don't want to get their shoe size. Like, it takes a while. So you got to get their shoe size. Then you got to go to the front. And if there's a lot of parties going on at once, then they might be like, we don't have no more of this. We don't have no more of that. So now you got to improvise. Now you got to go a shoe up, a shoe down. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. Then you got to take them to the bowling alley. You have to log in all their names. You have to type in all their names from the list that you had their names originally. You have to type in all their names. You have to make sure that all of them are playing. And then you have to deal with parents who are very hands-on. Like a lot of these party host parents, they do too much. They're like, are you gonna do this? Like they ask you, are you gonna do that? And then okay, so when you set up the bowling alley and you let the kids play, that we usually recommend parents for it to be like a good 4 or 3 or 4 adults. So like it could be 2 adults, like, you know, watching the kids, and then I have to go with the other parents, like the main parent of the child, and take them to the play area where they set up the food. And then some parents, they like to extravagantly decorate, so I have to decorate. Like they give me all the balloons, they give me all the cake, the candles, the setup. You know how you decorate a table? I have to be the one to decorate. They just give me the stuff. Then we have some parents that want to act bad and bougie, like their kid is fucking Culture, Cardi B's baby, tell myself, don't touch my child's stuff, let me do it. I'm like, well, bitch, do it. And then I will let the parents do it, and the managers would see the parents set it up, and they will get mad at me because that was my job. And I would try to tell the parents, ma'am, just let me do it. Like, that's my job. And she'll be like, no, because you don't know how I want it. Like, you don't know how I want it. Okay, well, just tell me how you want it, because now I got the managers looking at me like, why is Irene not doing her job? Why does Irene have the parents doing the job, you know? So it was just a lot. Then after they get done playing the bowling, you have to take them to go eat. Now at this point, that table needs to be set up. Like everything needs to be set up. And we usually recommend the parents to come 30 minutes before the party starts to set it up. So by the time the kids come, we can already have that area set up. But some of these parents, they do not listen. They come when they feel like it, or they come right when the party starts, which kind of pushes everything back. Then sometimes they pay for laser tag. So after the kids get done eating, you have to get them dressed and get them ready to go play laser tag, which laser tag is probably like the easiest. Like, I love laser tag. You just sit around and let them run around in a place and play. Then sometimes parents choose the ropes. So if you guys don't know the ropes, it's like them ropes at the high top that those kids get to walk on. I used to hate when parents would choose the ropes, because You have to basically put like the things on the kids and help the guys in the front put the things on the kids, get the kids in order. Y'all gotta imagine, these kids are very rowdy. These kids are doing shakara. Like, it's a lot going on. You get what I mean? And then at the very end, the kids get to go play arcade games. Now, when the kids go play arcade games, you're done. You cash the check out with the parents, and you are no longer in charge of that party no more. And then you get ready for a whole nother party and you do it again. Y'all, look at the timestamp. I just explained to y'all what y'all do in damn near 10 minutes. You want to bamba? You want to cheat with the big boys? Nah, I did wrong. Get it. I did wrong. Get it. Huh? This is not what party host is about. When all my friends used to tell me, oh, it's such an easy job. Like, it's such an easy job. Like, and they hire everyone. I'm thinking, oh, okay. Now I'm over here, bum bum. I'm chilling with the big boys. And I'm feeling like, ugh. What the hell is this? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, my first day working there, I was like, wow. Like, I was getting trained. And everything's fast paced. And bitch, I'm slow. I'm slow as a roly-poly. Okay? Bitch, when stress come, bitch, I roll up into a ball. Like, I'm very, very slow. So I keep hearing, hurry up, Irene, hurry up. Hey, bro, don't rush me. Don't rush me. Fuck, like, let me go at my pace. You feel me? So we're about to get into the working. So I don't know what them motherfuckers had against me, but for some unknown reason, they didn't like my ass. I don't know why. The managers didn't like me. Mind you, I didn't talk to no one. Like, I just used to come and I used to do my job. But I don't know. I guess because I didn't interact with anyone, they probably thought I was a bitch. But as far as I was concerned, I was there to make money. I was not there to get to know anyone. I just wanted to make my bread. I'm not gonna lie to you. I talked to one guy, and he was, how old was he? He was my age. And that's the thing. Like, if I was gonna talk to anyone, it was gonna be to people my age. And the managers were very weird. So why would I talk to the managers, you know? But if I was gonna talk to any of my coworkers, it was gonna have to be people that was around my age, because those kids were so childish. But there was this one guy that I was cool with, and I was cool with him because he liked me. But I just was not gonna mess with him. But he was my age. I think he was either 18 or 19. He was my age, and he was mad cool. And I feel like his girlfriend worked at the same job. Like, she worked there, and everyone was kind of cool with his girlfriend. But then towards like a couple of months, people started disliking his girlfriend because he would cheat on her all the time. And she would always come to work with the drama, with the dramatics. If he was talking to any of the girls, she would be trying to confront, and she just would do too much. So people started disliking her, because I'm not gonna lie, she was cool at first. But when her nigga started cheating, she just started doing too much. Don't nobody talk to my nigga. Don't look at my nigga. This isn't that. Like, girl, tell your nigga to stop looking at us. Like, that ass. Her nigga wanted everyone at that job. He wanted me. He wanted everyone. But he wanted me the most. Because, you know, the funny thing, like, the rest of the girls were like 16, 17. I think he was like, you know, he wanted me. He wanted me the most. Like, he told me one day, he was like, you know, I want you, right? And I was just like, I told him straight up, I said, look, I said, I'm not these little girls that your girlfriend comes to work and argue with. If your girlfriend tries me, I'm gonna fight her. Like, I'm not gonna argue with her. I'm just gonna fight her after work. Yeah, so please, like stay away from me. Like, if you're on that type of time, just stay away from me, because I don't want no problems. You feel me? Like, I don't want no problems. I'm just here to make my bread and leave. Peace out. Like, you know, he used to be laughing and shit, and he used to be like, girl, she ain't gonna do nothing to you, da da da, this and that. Like, she know better. She want to play with them other little girls. He was funny, bro. He was like, she want to play with them other little girls. She ain't gonna play with you. Like, this is what he's saying about his girlfriend. And so I was like, why don't you just break up with her? Like, just break up with her. And he would just be like, man, he would give me excuses, but he was mad cool. Nonetheless, he was mad cool. And you know the funny thing? When he would talk to all them other bitches at work, sis would be arguing with them, throwing subliminals. But when he would talk to me, sis would not say nothing to me, because I don't know. I just had the face of, don't play with me. Like, I'm not here to play with nobody here. Do not play with me. And she knew it. Like, every time she would see me, she'll just look at me and look away real quick. Yeah, do that. Do not come up to me with this bullshit. And mind you, she was still in high school. Do not come up to me with this high school bullshit. Don't do it. Do not do it. So that's what happened. So they started showing favoritism. What they started doing was, the manager started giving the people that they like the rich parties. Now, Okay, so a lot of those parties would range from like $75 to 400 and something dollars. And then like the people who will pay like the 400 and something dollars would be like I'm just gonna tell you guys, the Indians, the white people. And then they would give the people who they didn't like that, the black people. And it's no shade to black people, and I don't want to sound stereotypical, but black people typically does not tip. Black people don't tip like that. Like, they just don't. And not all black people, but majority of black people do not tip like that. And so like the black people, like, and then on top of that, you also get commission. So like, let's say the black people spent $75. I think you and the cooks in the kitchen get commission. So you, that's the party host, and then the cooks that made the food get commission. So if I'm only getting 75, if the person only pays $75, do the math. Like, let's say the commission was 12%, and that's 12%, and then cut it in half. So like 6% for me, 6% for the cooks. How much money are we making from that bill? We're not making money like that, you know. But like, if you are dealing with a party that spent the party mom spent $400-$500, and you're getting 12% commission, plus white people would tip, and they just love to tip, and they would tip big. Like, I remember I did a white party one time, and how much did I get tipped? She tipped me 50. She tipped me 50. And that was my first party, and I had 3 parties that day, and I was so happy. I was like, yes. And basically, you work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as a party host. You don't work Monday through Thursday, because there's really no parties going on, because it's a school week, you know? So like, let's say you get $50 for your first party, and let's say you have 3 or 4 parties. That's just for Friday, then Saturday, then Sunday. By the time the whole week is over and done with, you could probably make $500 in the week. And let's not forget like commission, plus your $2 that you make per hour, and you're there all day long. So if you're not favored by the managers, bitch, you're not making that money. So in the beginning I was, but I don't know what it was, but they had an issue with me. I don't know. I never talked at that job. Like, I would dead ass come to that job, say hi, do my thing. They stopped giving me parties. Like, they completely stopped giving me parties, and they started making me a greeter. Now, I know some people about to be like, girl, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Greeting is the most annoying thing ever. Is worse than being a party host, because when you are a party host, you could go to and from as you please. When you are a greeter, you have to sit at that podium all day long. Mind you, might I add, but remember I told you, I will particularly come there at like 8 something, and I will leave at like 7, 8, 9ish at night. I'll come at 8 in the morning, I'll leave at 9. And for that long, I'm standing at the podium, and I barely got any breaks, because like, they wouldn't want you to get breaks, because like, if you leave the podium, who's gonna direct? Because they will only make 1 greeter of the day, y'all, not 2, 1 greeter of the day. And the rest of the people that are surrounding the podium, they're party hosts. So like, when parents will come in, let's say you left, right? Let's say you went to the restroom real quick. When parents would come in and say, hey, I'm looking for this is such and such party, the party hosts don't want to help you, because the party hosts are busy. They don't have time to be sitting here trying to look, and it's so complicated. And for a lot of the party hosts, we do get trained on greeting, but if you are not a greeter like that, you kind of forget. And it's a big paper full with a whole bunch of names and a whole bunch of numbers, and it's very confusing. But because I was a greeter, I would get it, and I was so angry. I'm like, why am I not getting parties? So I started asking the managers, like, why am I not getting parties? He started talking about, you're underperforming. I don't know. One of the managers said that y'all remember the time where like I told y'all that the party moms were setting up the table? I guess they didn't like that, and they said that there's no reason why the party mom should be setting up the table. And I'm looking at them like, I told her not to do it. She proceeded to do it. What the hell did y'all want me to do? Did you want me to rip all the decorations out of her hand and say I'm setting up the table? No. If she wants to be over there doing Bob the Builder, let her. That don't have nothing to do with me. And they was not trying to hear that, but they told me, they say, okay, well, we're gonna give you a party. They basically said, we're gonna give you a party to see how you perform and stuff, and we're gonna actually like keep a radar on you to actually see how you perform. So boom, they gave me a party the next day, right? Y'all, they gave me a party with an Indian lady that was damn near racist. Like, she was racist as fuck. I could tell. Like, she was so racist. She was looking at me all upside my fucking head. Like, she was just mad racist But I was happy because her party was like 400 and something, almost $500. So I was happy. I'm like, whatever, bitch. And I was on my best behavior because they were watching. Like, you like, what did Tuesday say? I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch it. Drop top. Hey, Bobby. You feel me? I was fresh as hell type. I'm like, okay, let me be on my P's and Q's and shit like that. Guys, this bitch paid for the party with money and told me to keep the change. Let me show y'all how much the change was. I'm gonna show y'all niggas how much the change was. Cause somebody would get slapped today. Okay? I know y'all don't hear me in the camera. I know y'all don't see me. But somebody told me to keep the change for my tip, y'all. Somebody told me to keep the change. Somebody told me to keep the change. Somebody told me to keep the change. I'll punch you in your head, bro. Punch you in that fucking head of yours. You're there telling me keep the change. Are you fucking dumb? This bitch told me to keep the fucking... I'm sorry if I'm spitting, y'all. This bitch told me to keep the change. Keep the change? Keep the change? She said, here's your tip. Keep the change, and walked away. Bitch ain't even say thank you. Y'all, it's another thing. Pretend this is the change. She said, yeah, keep the change. I had to go like that to catch it. Hot potato, hot potato. I was so shocked, y'all. I was so shocked. Like, I know a lot of y'all about to think I'm capping. I'm not capping, y'all. She gave me like 50 something cents in change and told me keep the change as my tip. A lot. Like, y'all don't understand how much I did. Y'all have to imagine the managers are watching me, so I'm on my best behavior. Like, I'm going above and beyond for this lady. I'm decorating. I'm making sure her kids are fine. Mind you, she has a stank ass attitude. I'm still maintaining peace. Her husband was very nice, so it was a balance, because like I just spoke to her husband. I barely spoke to her because she would just have attitude. So I was trying my best, but I was still smiling at her, even though like I didn't speak to her because she was being troublesome. I was still smiling, keeping peace. And then you have the nerve to say, keep the change. And like, this is another thing. They will kind of look at you and they'll be like, how much did you get for your tip for that party? And like, if you said nothing, they will kind of like take that as like, you're not doing good. So like, they asked me, oh, Irene, like we were watching you and you look like you were doing fine. How much did you get for your tip? And I'm not gonna say 50 cents because that's not a tip. So I was like, oh, she didn't tip me. And I was like, and they were like, okay, well, just go ahead and go to the greeter stand and we'll see if we can get you some more parties for next week. No, y'all not. Like, that's, y'all's face said it all. I'm not getting no more parties as far as I'm concerned. So y'all, they will not give me parties. The only time that they will give me parties is when it will be black people who will only pay like 100 and something for their party. Like, that's the only time they will give me parties. I remember one time, I had a party, and like I hadn't had a party in like 2-3 weeks, and I had a party, and y'all, they literally, the lady was a black lady. It was a black lady with a black boy. She literally went to the managers and said she doesn't want me as the party host. The managers were like, why? She was like, I don't want no girl as my son's party host. Mind you, her son was like 4 or 5. What she thought I was gonna do with her son, I don't know. But she basically said she does not want no girl as the son's party host. She wants a boy. And we don't talk about in black community, we don't talk about like fat phobia enough for me, because I don't think it had anything to do with me being a girl. I feel like a lot of people, they see fat people and they get some type of animosity. Like, they get very angry at the fact that you're fat and the fact that you let yourself go. And then so they become very disrespectful, because the thing is, when I came up to the lady, I said, hi, how are you doing? And she said, hey, she was very nice. She was very nice. She said, hey, I'm looking for the party host. Like, I'm looking for the party host or whatnot, for my son's such and such birthday. And I said, oh, I'm the party host. So let me go ahead and get your decoration. She literally, like, okay, like pretend this was her decoration, right? She literally was like, she went from, hi, I'm looking for it, to, it's like she was like you're not worthy to be my party host type shit. And then number 2 is, If she wanted a boy party host, she would have said that in the recommendations, because you, like, the parents get to choose recommendations of what they will particularly like. She could have been like, since I have a boy as a child, I would like my child, my child that is a son, I would like my son to have a man party host, not a girl party host. But all of a sudden, you see me, and now all of a sudden, you don't want me as the party host. No, you don't want me as the party host because you think I'm big and you think I'm sloppy, and you're wondering, like, ew. Like, because if it was a little pretty, petite, little small girl, soft-spoken, she would have took her as the party host. So that right there kind of made, like, the situation look worse. Then, in order for you to leave the job, you have to do a closeout. Like, you have to do a closeout. So basically, you have to go to one of the managers and ask the managers, what do you want me to do before I leave? And everyone used to hate taking the trash out because the trash is full, like, filled to the top. People just be throwing trash on top to the point where it's overflowing. It's cake everywhere because, you know, it's people's birthdays, so it's cake. It's just, it's very heavy. Like, the trash is so heavy on another level. Like, it's mad crazy. And mind you, the trash cans were big. And so the lady told me one time, she was like, go take out the trash. I was so mad. I wish she told me go sweep, go mop, anything but take out the trash. I just did not want to take out the trash. And you would have to take out 4 buckets of trash. And so at this point, I'm like, fuck. So I'll go still to take out the trash. And I'm trying to take out the trash. And y'all, I'm a very, very strong girl. I'm not a weak girl. I lift. When I go to the gym, if you guys have me on Instagram, you guys know I'm in the gym all the time. And all the time that I am in the gym, your girl lifts heavy weights. Well, not heavy, but your girl lifts heavy. So I am trying to pick up this bag, and this bag does not want to be picked up. So the bag does not want to be picked up. That don't have nothing to do with me. So I went up to the manager. I was like, I'm trying to pick up the bag and it's not picking up. She's like, well, go get somebody to help you. Go get, like, she just used to have like a rude attitude. She's like, go get somebody to help you. Go get somebody to help you. So I went trying to get people to help me pick up the bag. Everybody's acting as if they're busy now. All of a sudden, everyone's acting as if they're busy. Mind you, I was the greeter, so I know all the party host schedule because near the kid's name, it says who's the party host. I know you guys' schedule, and I know you don't have a party until the next hour. So I'm walking around and I'm like, hey, could you please help me pick up the bag? And you know the funny thing, at that time, I'm like, damn, like, I wish a boy was here. And y'all remember the boy I was talking about? Like, he would have helped me. He was such a sweetheart. Like, I was like, damn, I wish a boy was here. He would have helped me. But I'm asking other people. They're like, oh, I'm busy. So I'm like, damn. So I'm now standing at the podium. And one of these ugly ass hoes gonna make the comment like, who hired her? She lazy as hell. Like, who hired her? Ha! Me. Me, Irene. Hey, I'm lazy. I am lazy. No, be me, oh. It's not me. I literally, mind you, she said it. I was facing like forward. She was behind me, and it was 2 other people. And I don't know if she wanted me to hear it, but I heard it. Okay, so I turned around. I was like, who is lazy? Who's lazy? Who? Who's lazy? Who's lazy? She's like, you're lazy. I said, and how the fuck am I lazy? She starts talking. I said, I don't even care what you got to say. I said, if you're not trying to fight after work, I don't want to hear it. She told me, oh, baby, you don't want to try it with me. She started getting buck wild and shit. I said, don't get buck wild. I literally told her in the most calmest voice. I said, don't get buck wild. If you want to fight after work, we can fight. Now, at this point, people holding her back saying, don't do it. No, do it. Like, do it. Don't fucking play with me at this fucking job. So I was very calm, and I said, like I said before, if you want to fight when we get out of work, we can fight when we get out of work. And I think I have the Snapchat of me, like, screaming in the car because I was so fucking mad. I think I have the Snapchat video of me screaming in the car. I'm gonna put it here if I have it. I went to the front and there's about 4 of them. They're 4 standing there just smiling. Some of them, they wait for their parties. So, and their parties can come in like an hour. So you can help me, boo. Do it already. Then the girl interrupt me again. No, you don't want to do it. You lazy. Bitch! I forgot where the fuck you go. Moral of the story is bitches want to get their ass beat. Nothing more, nothing motherfucking less. You want to get your ass beat. That's it. But yeah, I was so mad. So because that shit happened, the podium is near the office. So I guess the manager seen it. And one of these boys that was also kind of cool with me, and you know the funny thing, the guys like me more than the girls, which is funny because I really don't get along with guys, but the guys like me way more than the girls liked me. So one of these boys was like, it's okay, Shadi, I got you, I'll help you. So he helped me take out the trash and I went home. As soon as I got in the car, the managers called my phone. I'm like, hello. He's like, what was that about? And I told him straight up, I said, she did ABCD. She put in her mouth and stuff that don't got nothing to do with her. And then he's like, well, did you tell her you could fight after work? I said, sure did. If y'all want to fire me for that, I don't care. I hate this job anyways. So I was like, sure did. He was talking about some, well, but I don't even remember what he said, and I really don't care what he said. But like I said to her, if she wants to fight after work, we could have done it. It's that simple, and she never confirmed it. So therefore, everybody shut the fuck up. That's just how I feel. Shut the fuck up. So at this point, I'm like, bro, I hate this job. Like, I started telling my mom, I hate this job. Now, I got suspended 1 week because my ass came to work. I went to a party the night before and I had a mean hangover. I was doing a whole bunch of drugs and a whole bunch of alcohol. And so I had work the next morning at 7 a.m. And I can't cap, y'all. I went to work. I clocked in. I hid in the corner of the store or whatever y'all want to call it, the place, and I fell asleep. Yes. Yeah, I fell asleep. Yeah, bitch, I'm tired. The fuck? What do you do when you're tired? You go to bed. I didn't have a bed there, but I still went to bed. So, y'all, I hid. I'm thinking that I'm good. I'm like, I just need to get a 30-minute nap. Mind you, main event would not open to 10 a.m. or either 9 or 10 a.m. So, me being there early just meant, like, me setting up balloons and just doing little minute things. I just thought in my head, why don't I just take a little 30-minute nap and then I could get up and get ready. And I knew not to go to laser tag because that would be the first place that they would go looking for people when they could not find them. So I hid in the corner of the store and I literally just was like this, but they found my ass. They wrote me up and I got suspended and I got sent home. And one of the boys that I was cool with was talking to me because I had him on socials and he was telling me that they were tired of me. And in my head, I'm like, and bitch, I'm tired of them. Like, so what? Bitch, I'm tired of them. So I just started going to work late. Let's say my shift would start at 7. I would come at 11. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. The fuck? And they would mug me. And mind you, when you're late, when you're like 10 minutes late, you have to get the managers to clock you in, which I would hate. So I would go up to her, I'll be like, can you please clock me in? She'll be like, what time were you supposed to be here? Bitch, I'll bat your fucking head. Clock me in, ho. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Clock me in. Clock me in. So I'll be like, I was supposed to be here at 7. And I'll say it just like that. And she'll be like, and I'll be like, and we'll be like, and then she'll be like, you're clocked in with an attitude. And I'll be like, thank you, with an attitude. And I'll walk off. Because it's like, I'm tired of this fucking job. And I'm tired of all of y'all. And I'm going to slap the fuck out of all of y'all pretty soon. Now, this is the day that I just walked in and quit. Okay, so one of the days I went in again I think I went in at 2 p.m. and I was supposed to be in at 7. Yeah, y'all. I was so over it. And I walked into work. Of course, I went to the same grumpy bitch that hired me. And I told this hoe, clock me in. And she's like, what time were you supposed to be here? And I was like, 7. I think it was either 7 or 8. I was like, 7. She was like, so what, Irene, what time is it now? And I said, look, you didn't even ask, mind you, I'm over here with an attitude when low-key I'm in the wrong. But like, I just hated that job so much. They treated me like shit. They didn't like me. They just did not like me. They would not give me no parties. Like, they just did not like me. I guess because I wasn't like interacting with them and kissing their ass for parties. They didn't like that. So she was like, Irene, da da da. I said, look, you didn't even ask me what happened. Like, something happened today. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. I think that day my car wasn't starting. But I'm going to be real. I was already late. Like, I'm going to say I was supposed to be there at like 8. And I got ready by like 10, and then my car wasn't starting, so I had to figure that out. So I was like, you didn't even ask me, my car wasn't starting, and she just ignored me. Like, she literally just pressed the numbers and was like, you're clocked in. Like, she did like this. Y'all, when she went like this, bitch, that when you do this to someone, you're telling someone to get away. So bitch, guess what I did? I got away. I went to the other manager that was higher than her, and I said I quit. I straight up told him that. I said I quit. He literally looked at me and he was like, why? He didn't have no emotion. So in my opinion, I feel like they purposely they purposely made my life there a living hell so I could quit, because I wasn't that much of a bad coworker to where they could fire me, if you get what I mean, because I was a very good greeter. Like, I was one of the best greeters there. So I feel like they were like, we'll just use her for greeting. But I hated greeting, because whenever I would ask for a break, they would catch an attitude. Y'all, if I'm working there from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and I'm asking you guys for a 30-minute break and you guys are catching an attitude, bitch, don't make me call HR on y'all asses. Do not. So I was like, I quit. And he literally was like, why? And one of the other managers was there watching me too. And I said, y'all keep playing with me. I straight up said that. I said, y'all keep playing with me. I said, I'm not the type to be played with. I said, I asked you guys for parties. You guys will not give it to me. And da-da-da. Mind you, I'm running my course. I'm thinking that this motherfucker for to say, okay, Irene, we'll work with you. This and that. He said, okay, bye. He literally said bye. I was like, he was like, you can clock out and go home. I said, but bitch, I gotta keep it a buck. You feel me? I gotta act like I'm a G. Like, I've already told this manager I quit. I can't backtrack. You feel me? So when he said bye, I literally said bye and I walked off. But bitch, mind you, I'm saying bye and I'm like, bitch, I ain't have no backup plan. I didn't have no job. I had not even been applying to no jobs. I didn't know what I was going to do. And can I keep it a buck with you? I only had $100 in my account around that time. I didn't know what I was going to do. But I went home and I told my mom that I quit. And she was laughing. She was like, how you going to quit and you don't even have a backup plan? I said, I don't know. But thank the Lord. I thank the Lord. I got hired at Ulta a week later. I hope you guys like this story time. I really never ever want to talk about working at Manivate again. So that's why I managed to bunch a whole bunch of stories into one. But yeah, y'all, I love you guys so much. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Let's try to get to 12K subscribers, y'all. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.